Hello, we're going to be making some dinner tonight. What we're going to do is make some kind of like a lettuce wrap, kind of like an egg roll in a pan, kind of like a Thai basil chicken. So it's going to be ground chicken. We've got some of the lean chicken. It's 98 fat lean chicken. I'm going to be making 2 portions, so I'm going to be doubling on things, but the recipe will be for just 1 serving. At the same time, I'll be making my family's dinner, which is going to be the same stuff, but I don't measure their stuff out like I do with mine. Mine's going to be measured on my smaller little pan, and that way I know exactly what I'm putting into my body. So we're going to start off by chopping up some garlic, chopping up some shallots, and I have the ground chicken here. I've already measured it out. I'm gonna have 3 ounces per serving, so I've got 6 ounces there. We've got some cabbage that we're gonna chop up a little bit, ginger, lime juice, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. Oyster sauce, I don't know if you've ever seen it. Here it is. Oyster sauce. You can find stuff that is a little bit lower carbs because you have to be careful. Some of these will be high carbs. Find ones that are lower carbs. This one is 0 sugar. So it's Vivid Kitchen 0 sugar oyster sauce. That is a lot better for you. Then we're going to have a little bit of peanuts in there. And we're going to have an egg roll. So we're going to have an egg roll. This is going to account for most of our fat in our meal, so we're gonna be lower on the peanuts, and we're gonna have some sweet and sour sauce to dip our egg roll in as well. So I'm going to put this back in the freezer, and that one's the only one that I need to warm up, and we'll get started. All right, so let's chop up our garlic and our shallot. And chop it up kind of fine. And our shallot, we're going to do it on the longer end. You can chop it a little finer if you want, but not by much. This doesn't have to be perfect either. If we were going to be using lettuce wraps, then I would probably want it to be a little more squared off and pristine, but we're going to just mix it all together, so we're not going to necessarily need that. So we've got that. We've got our pan heated up, so we can oil it up a little, and we can put our aromatics in there. Going. Have our spatula to move things around, and we're going to season our chicken with some of the ginger, a little bit of the bird's eye stuff here. We're going to do the hoisin sauce. Well, it's actually not hoisin sauce. We're using oyster sauce this time. So we got oyster sauce. Nice and umami. We're going to use a tablespoon of soy sauce because we're using it for 2 servings. Otherwise, it would be half a tablespoon. And then some lime. Oh, that's a good lime. I hate when they give you bad limes, like at the bar or something. I hate that rind smell, rind taste. I'm gonna move that out of the heat because it's already cooking. And I'm gonna season this with a little garlic and onion. of salt, very little because we already have that soy sauce in there. A little bit of pepper. Teeny bit of, I'm thinking a little bit of cilantro, just a little. And we got the bird's eye, we got that, we got that. What else do we need? Is that it? Oh, brown sugar. We need the brown sugar and the vinegar. So we're gonna add the vinegar in there. And after the vinegar, the brown sugar. This I'm just gonna eyeball and mix it up. Give it a smell. Okay, so we're gonna add our chicken to our pan. Get that heated through. Cooked through, I should say. While that does that, we are going to chop up. We're going to add the peanuts now so that they get flavored in there too, because when you heat up the nuts, they let the oils out that let them taste better. So we're going to chop up our bell pepper. We'll wait for that a little bit because bell pepper is a little bit more tender, so you don't need to get that in there right away because it'll make it soft. You don't want that. I'm going to chop this coleslaw a little more, and I'll add that in there in a bit. This coleslaw. And in the meantime, I can start making my egg roll. So, cut away the instructions, so I'll have to check those. Okay, so that one we just have to air fry for 12 minutes at 400. So we got our chicken going over here. Start kind of going on the other one with familia. And for that, I'm going to add a little more oil. Avocado stuff. But let me show you what's going on over here. Got our chicken going. And it's lean meat, so it's going to cook a little faster than if it were fatty. So let me go ahead and add the cabbage. Cabbage. We want it to be cooked, but we want it to still be a little bit crunchy. That way we have that crunch as if we were having a lettuce wrap or an egg roll. So that's going on in there. Show you that. Get some oil. That way I don't have to watch that one as much. And for that one, we'll just season it because I don't feel like chopping up any more stuff. So I'm just going to season it with garlic and onion. I could chop some more up, but I just don't feel like it. I don't have time anyways. I gotta go get the kids here pretty soon. So we got my stuff going and get their stuff going. So garlic, onion, ginger, bird's eye, a little bit on the bird's eye for them because this is kind of a spicy one. Cilantro, soy sauce, oyster sauce, and that's it on that. We can just plop this one in there. Just give it a mix a little bit. one off the feed source a little. Add my bell peppers to mine now. I'm gonna heat up a little bit on mine so that it starts cooking my stuff a little. And I'm gonna probably add just the teeniest bit of xanthan gum so that the liquids start to, coagulate a little bit. Because you could use cornstarch, but that's gonna add carbs. So just be aware of that. That's my thing saying I can put my egg roll in there. Leave it for 12 minutes. And we can get this chicken going over here. That one we can turn up a little. Mine we can turn down, probably off. I think mine's pretty much done. And just get me a little bit xanthan gum. Teeny tiniest bit, just drizzling on top, just to get it to thicken up a little. And again, I'm done. Can you believe it? My 300 calorie meal. I'm just waiting on my egg roll. And I'll have some of that, that's pretty good. I'll have some of that sweet and sour sauce from J. Hughes. I think it's G. Hughes or something like that. Those are sugar-free. Put you somewhere you can see. Hello. And they are out. Less carbs that way. So, a bigger spoon for these guys because it's bigger stuff here. Add some of this. Nice and easy. With these guys. And I'll go ahead and give them some bell pepper just to give it some color. Take you with me. Chop up some bell pepper. Them. And we'll give them some peanuts as well. That'll be their meal, and I'll have mine. So, that, let's see, if we missed anything for them, I'm not sure, because I wasn't paying attention to their stuff as much as mine, but it'll still be nice and yummy. And look at mine. Oh yeah, it's looking good. And again, this is going to be 2 servings. And I'm not going to have the egg roll for the second serving. I'm just going to put a little note on my, Tupperware, my meal prep Tupperware. And that way I'll have my food prepared. And then I can just say, hey, just add an egg roll and some of that sweet and sour sauce. And you're good to go. So, I'm going to add a little more saucing to these guys. So the vinegar, the soy sauce, garlic, onion, ginger, bird's eye, cilantro, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of oyster sauce. And you can smell it now, so we'll start figuring out that it's getting the right flavoring. We'll give them a little bit as well of this to just thicken it up. Excuse my pantry over there open. And I want to mince the chicken really good. So I think the heat's done on this. We can just work off the residual for this one. And we add some peanuts. That's it on that. My peanuts, I crush it a little bit so that I can get a peanut bite every bite rather than, you know, having to have a whole peanut there, because I can't have that many peanuts because I'm having the egg roll, right? So I still want peanut flavor, so I just add it throughout. So see, we're getting a nice meal for the family. Pretty healthy for them as well. We could even add more cabbage to extend it a little. Not too much, because we've already pretty much cooked it through. Flip my egg roll. And we can just let this sit here simmering and getting warm for everyone for when they get home from school. Look at that. Yum. Mmm. Very yummy. Alright. So theirs is getting there. I'm done with the heat over here. This is mine. Look at that. Yum. And like I said, I'm getting an egg roll as well. So I can start boxing one of those up. I can take one of my handy dandy, very nice Rubbermaid Tupperware that you can also click down on the links below and get the same thing. You can get it and it'll give me a commission. It won't cost you anything extra, and it'll be able to still make these recipes, give you knowledge about macros and stuff like that, and just help each other out. All right, so since this is 2 servings, I'm going to just kind of flatten it out so that they're kind of even, and give myself half. But this is a little big. Let me see. Got a thinner one, but I usually use them for my watermelon. But I have, so we are good. So I will take half of them. So I'll just split it in half. Keep one over there, and then the other half I can put away. I can freeze it. I can have it for later. I can have it for a Sunday when I don't have to go making food for anyone or anything. I can just make myself this quickly. I probably wouldn't take this to the gym just because I have to add the egg roll and I still have to cook the egg roll. So I would probably just have this for like a Sunday meal or something like that. And then I can just let it cool down. I'll label it. I'll tell myself how many calories are in there. Sometimes I tell myself how much fat and carbs and all that is in there. Especially like if it's more of an ingredient, I definitely do that. And look at this. We got a nice meal for the family. Smells amazing. Well, the only thing we forgot is a little salt and a little pepper. Mix it up and give mine a taste. Ooh, hot. I'm going to add paprika. A little bit of paprika. Paprika here. Paprika there. Paprika everywhere. Okay. That did it. Now, for the main event, basil. We are going to add basil, fresh basil. I keep mine frozen, to my dish that I'm eating here, and the dish that I'm putting away, and to theirs as well. This one's kind of used up. Let me go get a fresh one. All right. So I keep it frozen, like I said. Crunch it up. Give them some basil. And basil for me. Basil for these ones. Oh man, that basil smells amazing. Keep my eye on my stuff over there. Make sure it doesn't get burnt. Alright. So I got my basil. I'll go put it back in the freezer before it thaws out. And we are also going to top it off with green onions. Here they are. You can keep your green onions fresh by putting a little wet, damp paper towel at the bottom there. We will give these guys some of this. Give me some of it. And give me some of it for later. And give them some more. And I'm all out of this stuff. I need to get some more. All right. Oh yeah, now that we have the basil, ooh, the basil in there, I'm going to also add just a little bit of my special sweet basil, Thai basil. That's what we're making. Thai basil chicken. And the basil you can add at the end because it's kind of like the last flavor. Heck to the yeah! All right. We got that. We got an egg roll. Mix these guys' stuff up a little more. I also think it needs a little more brown sugar. Gotta be careful with that soy sauce. It can be pretty salty. So we'll add some more of the little brown sugar. And I think I'm gonna get regular stevia sugar as well, and just a little tiny bit. It just tricks your mind a little, so that you're not all doing the same flavor over and over again. Your brain takes a break, feels the other flavor, and then is able to go back to the original flavor instead of just staying with one flavor and getting bored. I am done, son. That is delicious. Give this other one a little stir here so that it's ready to be prepped and put away. I'm gonna serve myself a plate, move this out of the way. And then I'm gonna get some of the sweet and sour sauce. 2 tablespoons is what it says. So I'm gonna grab a little plate for it. Where'd I put it? There it is. Give it a shake. I got a 2 tablespoon scoop that I like very much. That's the kind of stuff that I'm going to put down there, because those are just things that I've found throughout the years and stuff, or different other things too. So I've got my crispy egg roll. Got my awesome chicken. See if I can show it to you and plate it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so awesome. I wish microwaves had like a 15-second button instead of just 30 seconds. That would be so helpful. Sometimes you just need 15 seconds before things blow up. All right. I want to show you this. Is that not awesome? Excuse my stove. It's a mess because of me cooking. But look at that big old meal that I get to have. Tastes amazing. And I get to have the, what happened to my fork? I don't know if I have a fork. Takeout at home, under 300 calories. Absolutely gorgeous. Try to find a pretty spot for you. Delish and nutrish. Enjoy.